Hi, can you tell me about the event?
Be my guest.
No, I don't. This is the Victorian Heritage Festival in Port Townsend, and this is the 29th year of the event. This is the last day. We're celebrating the Victorian history of the town of Port Townsend.
So Port Townsend is one of the 3 Victorian seaports in the United States, along with Cape May, New Jersey, and Charleston, in Texas. Charleston.
Corpus Christi?
No.
No,
I think Charleston.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And how did you get involved in this?
I was actually one of the people that started it 29 years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Sue.
Yeah, and then it did, we did it for a long time, and then it just kind of tapered off, and
It's a lot of work.
it's a lot of work, and people got involved with other things. And then when Scott and Tracy came back and started working, they were the ones that kind of resurrected
Yeah,
it.
they really, they have. And I mean, I would say like a lot of the focus is on a lot of educational
And that was part of
events.
it. Mhm.
I mean, they're real, over at the Pope Marine Building, we have a lot of like educational seminars on everything historical Port Townsend. And I think that's been a big draw
I think
here.
people enjoy hearing about that
I
kind
do
of
too.
stuff.
I do too.
Yeah.
And then we do have tours of some of the Victorian homes here. We have uptown and downtown walking tours. On Saturday we have a beautiful fashion show and then a dance.
And the dance, yeah,
And,
that dance is great.
The dance is a lot of fun. And next year we're going to be celebrating the 30th year. Wow, I didn't know that you were.
Believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
that's
was
exciting.
funny how it started. This is just an
Yeah,
aside.
How did it start?
Well, my friend Lynn, who used to own the Holly Hill house, she's since passed away, but she was on a plane coming from someplace, and this man whose name was Horace Foxall, and he worked for the Army Corps of Engineers, and they started talking, and he said, you guys should celebrate your Victorian heritage. And these two got their heads together and started talking about this. And Horace was great. He came every year, and he would do wonderful talks and everything. He worked on the, what's it called, the joint McCord, the
I don't know.
Army base over there.
Over at Fort Worden?
It's
Fort
by,
Casey?
yeah, it's by Tacoma. Anyhow, he did a lot of work over there. And so then he got Lynn involved. And Lynn, at the time, because there were a lot of us that had bed and breakfast, myself included, we decided that it would be a good off-season kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
And the idea was to bring people in, because the summertime is always crazy. And it worked really well. We had a great time. We had a lot of support from the downtown and uptown merchants, and
Wow.
people got dressed, and
We
Nice.
still get dressed.
And it's still happening.
it is
That's
happening.
really fun that it still exists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it had a few years that it didn't.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was-
people getting older and like you're saying, people
Lots
passing
going on.
away and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and actually the first year I think that Scott and Tracy took it over, they had all kinds of ideas, and then COVID hit.
They had to cancel it.
Yeah, so it was almost like it was maybe going to be over, but it's ever since then it's just been kind of growing more and more.
Right, I
hasn't
think it has, and I think it's really fun to walk around and see people dressed up.
Oh
And
yeah, it's fun to do it.
yeah, it is fun to do it.
Now, how do people get a hold of you to find out more about this?
We do a lot of advertising. We do a lot of online things. It's all over Facebook and stuff like that. But they do some other advertising. I do some print, but I don't know that they do a lot of print. It's much more.
And it's called Port Townsend Victorian Heritage Festival.
Heritage Festival. I know I keep calling it the Victorian Festival, but it's got a new name.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is wonderful.
Have you been able to go around a little bit and see?
No, I just drove by and noticed the outfits and thought I'd stop and see what's going on.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
there's a map over there, that you can take? And is there,
And actually, Kathy talks about, so this is part of a promotional thing, I think. Kathy does this walking tour in the summer, and Kathy is one of the co-chairs. And so every Sunday in the summertime, from June until I think September, she does a walking tour in Uptown, showing the different homes and the bell tower and the post office, and kind of talking about the history of that too. So yeah, just really trying to promote the area, I guess.
I heard, this is not for that, but I
Wait a
heard
minute.
that somebody's